Hi folks, welcome to another exciting episode in this Transport Fever 2 video series. Well, it might not be exciting, but hopefully it's at least mildly entertaining. Today we're going to build a couple of cargo airfields and we're going to transport heavy things like coal and stone clear across the map. Now in the real world, transporting heavy things like stone and coal by air would be absolutely ridiculous, but in this game it's going to make us gobs of money. And that's why we're going to do it. Let's get started. Smash that subscribe button below right now and click on the bell so you don't miss out on more great content. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Or just give it a thumbs up for yourself so that you'll always be able to come back and watch it again if you need to. So here we are at virtually one end of the map, and if I zero in a little closer here, you can see there's the town of West Jordan. There's the Raleigh Quarry, Stone Quarry, and there's the West Jordan Quarry. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a cargo airfield somewhere around here, and we're going to take this stone, we're going to transport it clear across the map. And yeah, I know that real world's way it wouldn't make any sense, but we're going to transport it right over to the Pembroke Pines Construction Materials plant. From there, that plant's going to deliver construction materials to Pembroke Pines. Now we don't want our planes to come back empty, so I'm going to pick up some coal and bring it back and take it back the other way. So that's the plan. So back here at West Jordan, we're going to start by building some roads. And I want some country roads, and this time I want a large country road. I don't want a bus lane or a tram track, and I don't want player ownership, I don't think anyway. And I'm just going to put a nice straight road here and something to put a airfield on and get that going. And I'm also going to enhance this road here so that the vehicles can travel really fast. There's a collision there, so I'm going to hit shifts and do this one section at a time and do as much as I can, and that's all I can do. And there's one part there and one part there. Similarly, I'm going to improve this section of road, and I'm not sure which way these guys are going to go. I'm going to make another road too when I'm done here, just to see which way they go, which route they pick in terms of the fastest way to get to where they're headed. Let's close that up. Next thing I do is I'm going to put my cargo airfield in here. So I'll go to planes, and there's a cargo airfield. So let's just line this guy up around here somewhere. And that actually looks pretty good. I'm going to get in a little closer. And I might adjust that just a tiny bit. Yeah, I think I like that better. For the low cost of about $4.5 or $4.4 million. We'll plop him in there. And I'm going to build another road going out around here. So I'm not sure which way the trucks are going to go, but I'm going to give them two options. So back to roads, the large country road. And this time I'm going to kind of curve around and go that way. And then I'm going to go with a straight road. Kind of go, you know what, I don't like how that's looking. Let's just bulldoze that and start again. I don't like how that looked, so back to roads. And let's just make it a straight T intersection. Oops. Something's in the way. Alright, and then I want to just hook around on the other side of this airport. So I guess where I'm going is over here. There's the other straight section, and I'm going to hook those two up. So let's put a little tiny curved section in there. And maybe just a straight section to connect them up. It doesn't have to be perfect in this game anyway, but that looks pretty good. So next at the West Jordan Airport, I'm going to build a truck station and a road depot. So let's go to buildings and truck stations. No, and 30 meters. And let's just take that guy, cement him around, and line him up with the entrance here, and just make some fine tuning adjustments. And we'll plop him in. Now, I'm going to make him a little bigger just to be on the safe side. I probably don't have to do that just yet, but I like to do that, and I've got lots of money at this point, so why not? We'll make it a little bigger so the trucks don't get congested. I don't think they will, but like I say, that's just a preference. And the other thing I'll do is put in that road depot. So we go back to roads and stick a road depot in, say, right about there. Now I need a truck station down here at this quarry. So let's put one in. And a truck station. This time I only need one platform to the left. Ought to do it. And just turn them around a little bit and we'll plop them in there just like that. And then over here at the other quarry, what was it called? Well, I can't get a name when I've got this on, but I'll just plop him in there like that. And that is the West Jordan quarry. So now we're all set up to haul stone from here to that truck station and from there to that truck station. Now I just have to set up some lines. Let's go to new lines, new line. And we'll click on that one there, and we're going to go to there. I don't like that color gray, so let's just make it something that's a little easier to see. How about hot pink? So at West Jordan East, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to not just load if available, we're going to full load all. And he's going to wait as long as he wants, and there is no minimum stopping time. I want him to stay there and load up. And then at the West Jordan North location, what's he going to do? Well, basically, they're going to unload everything. That should work. Now over here, we need another new line, so I'm going to do new line, and I forgot to name that last one, but that's okay. I'll fix that in a minute. And we're going to connect to there. And again, I'll change that color to something a little brighter and easier to see. So at Raleigh South, we're going to full load all or full load any, and we'll up that to infinity. And at West Jordan North, we're simply going to unload everything. So that's pretty simple. So now, yeah, I did say I was going to rename those, and I haven't done that yet. So let's go back. So line 1, I'm going to manage that line, and let's rename it. So I've renamed this line the West Jordan Stone Trucks. So I'll close that one back up, and we got to rename that blue line. Let's go to line 2, manage the line, and I'm going to call this one the Raleigh South Stone Trucks. Alright, we've named them appropriately. Now we just got to buy ourselves some trucks. Let's go to this road depot and buy some vehicles. We want cargo vehicles, and what do we have? Well, the best one we have is an Opel Blitz tarpaulin truck. It carries all cargo types. So I'm going to buy 12 of them. I'm going to buy those, and for all of them, I'll up the maintenance to 25%. And then for half of them, I'm going to put them on one line. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somehow I got in the middle of the group there. I'm going to assign those to the Raleigh Stone Trucks. And the rest of them, I'm going to assign to the other line, the pink one. So we'll assign those to the West Jordan Stone Trucks. Alright, so we've assigned them. And there we go, our trucks are dutifully taking off to pick up the stone. Now let's go to the other end of the map and build some infrastructure there. Away we go. Here we are at Pembroke Pines. So again, I'm going to build some roads. Go to streets. I want a large street, a large country road. Got some new vehicles there, a twin coach and a Douglas DC-49 Skytrain. That might come in very handy right about now. Close that up. And I'm just going to put a road right across here, nice and simple. Just like that. And then I'm going to go to my air and going to put in a cargo airfield. We'll move that guy around, just adjust him up. And let's put him right about here. And again, I like to get them as perpendicular, not perpendicular, parallel. That's the word I'm looking for. As parallel as possible, and plop them in there. Now I said we were going to transport coal from here to this airport and then fly it back to the other side of the map. So I need a road here, which I don't currently have. Go back to roads, and there's a big one, and I'm simply going to curve around a tiny little bit like that, and then maybe curve around like this, and then put a straight piece in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's going to give them a nice route to get there quickly. I'm going to need the truck station in there, so let's build a truck station. And I'm going to put it in here. Of course, it's got to be lined up as usual, so we'll line that up right to the entrance. And I'm going to make them a little bit bigger in case this city grows. I don't want it to hamper getting this bigger. It's obviously lots of room right now, but I'm going to do it anyway. So there's the cargo platforms. Let's put in a couple more. Maybe 3 for good measure. We got a nice big cargo truck station there. And next thing I'm going to do is put in a road depot. So we'll plop a road depot in there, say right about there. Now I'm going to need a truck station over here. So let's plop one in. I only need 1 platform in this particular case. Oh, actually 2. One's going to be receiving the stone and the other's going to be delivering the construction material. So let's make it both sides. And we'll spin him around. You can probably move him a little bit this way to cut down the distance that he's going to travel. So, well, I guess it'll cut down the distance to the airport, but increase the distance to town. So, not sure that it really matters. So I'm going to turn him around like this. And I'm going to plop him in here and just adjust that. And plop that in just like that. Now, something struck me as I'm looking at this. Obviously, a very shorter route to and from this construction materials plant would be like this. I'm going to plop a road right in there. See if I can make that distance as short as possible. And I guess I should make this a city street now, because I'm in a city. And maybe I should have made this other street a city street too. Well, there's a large street, 4-lane street with a speed limit of 60 kilometers per hour. No, I don't need that or that. Well, let's say no. I'm going to make it straight. I'm just going to connect these 2 up and go something like that. And then I'm going to enhance this in between. Okay, there's the collision, so I'm going to hit shift and do as much as I can. There we go, just to enhance that. I'm going to make that a city street. I think that's more appropriate for my conditions. That's going to be in the city as time goes on. Now we need something over here at the coal quarry. Yeah, it's a coal mine, the Pembroke Pines coal mine number 2. So we'll plop in a truck station there, and that should be easy enough. And I just want 1. We're just going to pick up on the one side. Want 1 left and not right. And I don't need a tram. Pop that in there. And again, I like to get them fairly straight. I know that's pretty good. And plop that there. And I'm going to put another truck station here, just truck depot. Sorry, road depot. I'm going to put a road depot there so I don't have to go far if I want more trucks for this line. Alright, so let's set up that line. We need a new line. And we're going to go from there to there. And we'll make it a color that's a little easier to see. There we go. And what are we going to do at the Pembroke Pines Central? Well, we're going to full load all. And we're going to stay to infinity. And then at Pembroke, well, what are we going to pick up? Well, we're not going to unload anything. And then at Pembroke Pines, we are simply going to unload everything there. That ought to do it. We're going to buy ourselves some trucks. So again, buy some vehicles. Going to buy 6 of those. A half dozen should get us started. We'll buy those. Up the maintenance. And assign them to, oh, I probably called it line 1. I did. There's line 1. And it is the Pembroke Pines coal truck. So let's give it a name that makes some sense. So I've called it the Pembroke Pines Central Coal Trucks. At least that's something to reference that line. Alright, so those guys are set up. Now, there was one thing I didn't do over here at Pembroke Pines, and that is put a truck station in. So there is a truck unload, not a truck station, a truck unload stop. So the construction materials are up here, so one little stop ought to do it for us right about there. Alright, and then I need a line to go from there to there. So again, I'll go a new line. And I don't know why, I can't get away from this gray color for trying. But we're going to go get something different. That, and we're going to go from there, and we're going to go to there. I'm going to call it the Pembroke Pines Con-Mat trucks, as in construction materials trucks. Alright, so let's go back to this guy. There's that line, manage the line. So basically here we're going to load, full load all, and we're going to stay as long as it takes. And then he's just going to empty out at 9th Street. Now, one thing I haven't done is put a line between here and here to make sure I get the stone delivered from there to there. So I need another line. So another new line, and we're going to go from there to there. And so at Pembroke Pines East, we're going to load all, and we're going to stay to infinity. And all we're going to do here, we're not going to unload anything, we're only going to load stone. That's all we're going to load. And then at Pembroke Pines Siding, well, all we're going to do here is we're going to unload everything that we've got. Plain and simple. So, did I give that a name? I probably didn't. Line 1, and it's a line, and let's give it a name. And I've called it the Pembroke Pines Stone Trucks. That'll do it for now. Alright, so I better buy some trucks here. So let's buy some vehicles. Again, I'm going to start with a half dozen, a nice round number, and bump up the maintenance and apply it to the Pembroke Pines Stone Trucks. Now, where'd you go? You're right there. Okay. Now, I just want to check this truck station to see how the terminals are lining up. Okay, they're not bumping into each other. That's good. Alright, what's left to do? I guess we got to set up our airline. We haven't done that. Well, again, there's another new line, and we're going to click on this guy here. And I want something that's very visible in the sky, because I don't like that color. There's a nice darker color. We're going to start here at Pembroke Pines, and we're going to go clear across the map all the way over to that other airport we just built. So there it is there, and we'll click on that. So what are we going to do here? So at Pembroke Pines, which is back at the other side, maybe I'll go back here for clarity. So at Pembroke Pines, we are going to extend that wait time, and we're going to full load any or load if available. Do I want the planes to keep going, or do I want them to wait till they're full? I'm gonna go full load any. I sometimes get mixed up between the full load any and full load all. Anyway, I should know that one by now. But in any event, what we're going to do at Pembroke Pines, well, we are going to load coal, and we're going to unload stone. That's all we're going to do. And then way over here, just visually going back to the West Jordan Airport, what are we going to do here? Well, we are going to do the opposite. We're going to load stone and unload coal. There we go. And increase that maximum stopping time. And I'll leave it at load if available, see what happens. And, or will I? Let's go back to load any. There we go. Alright, so I think I have the line set up now. And we got 2 new vehicles available. There's a couple of ships, and I haven't got into ships yet, but that's an idea for a future video. So we'll close that up. But I think we're pretty well ready to go with the planes. Well, I guess I gotta actually buy some planes first. So we'll hit the West Jordan Airport. I didn't give it a name, and manage the line. And we'll call that West Jordan to Pembroke Pines Air. Okay, it's got a name now. And the next thing we need to do is buy some planes. We're gonna buy some planes. So what do we have in terms of cargo? The biggest one we've got is the Douglas C-49 Skytrain. And it carries a capacity of 10. I'm gonna buy maybe 6 of those to start. Maybe 8. Maybe I'll buy 4 at this end and 4 at the other end and see what happens. And I might space them out a little bit. So there's 4. We'll buy those and we're gonna bop up the maintenance. I'm not sure with planes if the emissions is such a big issue. I guess it would be when you're in a populated area. But anyway, it'll keep the condition of the vehicles as mediocre. And we'll make the color a nice red. Alright, and we'll assign those to the West Jordan to Pembroke Pines Air. So things are getting started there. Now let's go back over to the other airport. Over here at Pembroke Pines, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to buy half a dozen of these vehicles. So there's 6. We'll buy them. Pop up the maintenance. And then I'm going to give them that nice red color. And put them on the West Jordan to Pembroke Air line. Alright, so now those planes are heading out. Let's just check things to see where we are. We've got planes that are going to be flying back and forth. Right now I've got nothing at this airport. What have I got over here? I've got these trucks, the Pembroke Pine stone trucks, waiting to pick up stone and take it over there. And do I have any trucks here going there? I don't. So if I click on that one, it doesn't look like I have any trucks there on that little gray line. Actually, I do. Oh yeah, they're here. That's those guys right there. I'm sorry, so those guys there are waiting to pick up stone, take it there. Oh yeah, but I don't have anybody going from there to there. Right? So if I click on this guy, I don't have any vehicles. Okay. So let's go back to this guy here. We'll buy some vehicles. Again, we'll make it a... I don't know that I need a half dozen, but make it a half dozen. Pop up the maintenance. And we'll put them on... What line am I looking for? It's the Pembroke... Not that one. Pembroke Pines Construction Materials trucks. There we go. So now I've got trucks here going to over here. I will have trucks going from there to there. I've got planes ready to pick up coal when these trucks start loading up with coal. So are they loading up with coal? If I click on him, he's not loading up just yet. Alright, so that's what's happening here. We might have an issue. But let's go back to the other side of the map to make sure everything is complete in terms of my lines. I'll click on that guy and I'll just follow him back on the air route back to the other airfield so I can see what's happening. So back here we've got a truck taking off. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go that way. And he's loaded with 12 out of 12 stone, so that's working. So that's delivering stone. Got another truck coming in here from the other quarry. He's delivering stone, so that looks good. And looks like my planes took off. They didn't stay. Did I want that? Maybe I should have gone wait till infinity and go full load. Let's take a look at this. And there's the line. So at the West Jordan, let's just make them wait till they're full and full load any that. What did I do at Pembroke Pines? Yeah, let's just wait till you're full. There we go. And that way they're flying full. Well, all my planes must be in the air because these guys are gone. So they must have all taken off and flown down here somewhere. Alright, we got a guy landing here. Okay, so they're kind of getting clogged up here. So what's this guy doing? He's waiting to load. So he's waiting to load coal, which isn't there yet. I guess that's okay. So it might take a few minutes for this whole line to come together. It's now July of 1943. Maybe I'll just let the game play for a little bit and see how things start to transpire. But actually, before I do that, that truck's just sticking out a little tiny bit at the end. I'm going to just add another platform there, just to give them a bit more room. Make it a couple. Does that help? Oh, it doesn't, because they just line up at the center and stop there. I guess that didn't make things any better. Okay, well, I got a nice big truck station now, that's for sure. And we'll close that up. Okay, so once again, now it's August of 1943. I'm going to let the game play for a little while, and we'll see how this new cargo airline is working out. So it's now November of 1943, and things are a little bit clogged up here. These planes are waiting here, but they're not getting any coal from this quarry here, or from this coal mine. So I suspect I don't have a complete supply chain. So let's click on there, hit that line, and we'll follow that line all the way back to the other airport. And I think I know where I've made my mistake. So my plan was to fly the coal back to this airport, and then I want to take it somewhere. So I was going to take it to this steel mill here, and I haven't completed that line. So let's put a truck station there, and just plop that in right there. And then I got to put a line in. So let's go new line, and we're going to go from there to there. And I just put another color in there, something I can see a lot better. Oh, now we have another new vehicle, a Douglas DC-4 and a 4884 Big Boy. Alright, we'll close that up. So, here at Jordan, what are we going to do? The West Jordan North? Well, we're going to load, and we're going to stay for as long as it takes. And all we're going to do is load coal and unload nothing. And then at this end, at the other end, all we're going to do is unload everything we've got, which is only coal. So now I just need to assign some vehicles to that line. Let's go back to the road depot, buy some vehicles. Again, a nice half dozen should get us started. Buy those, pop up the maintenance, and put them on, let me guess, I probably didn't name it, it's line 1. I'm gonna go back to this guy here, and what's the name of that? It's the Raleigh Steel Mill. And let's just rename that, and I called it the Raleigh Coal Trucks, and that should do it. Alright, I think I found my mistake. Now, the other thing is, I could probably put a nice straight line between these two truck stations. So let's do that. I've got the money to do so. So let's go to streets, country streets. There's one's 100 kilometers per hour. I'm going to say no, no, and no. And we're going to go nice and straight. So basically just from there all the way to there. And then over here, I'm going to upgrade it. There's a collision, so I'll hit shift and just do it one little section at a time as much as I can. Alright, so now we should have trucks lining up. So we got these guys lining up, and they're waiting to pick up the coal, even though it says wood here, or logs. Let's go back to the other side of the map and just see now what's happening. Okay, we got an overload situation here, but I'm hoping that will correct itself. We'll go back to the other side of the map to see if those coal trucks are running and delivering coal. And lo and behold, they are. I click on that guy. He's now delivering coal to the airport. So now we've got the lines fixed up. So it's now March of 1944. Probably now is a good time to let the game run for a little while and we'll see how this is all working out. I got about $273 or $274 million in my bank account. Well, it's now December of 1944 and things are still not working out perfectly here, so I guess I've made some more mistakes. But just to catch you up while time was going on, I added another 12 vehicles to the Pembroke Pines Central coal truck because it was lagging behind, and I made this truck station nice and large. Well, that gets that moving along. So that's one problem solved, and then over here, I still have a supply chain problem. I'm not delivering any stone, I don't think, from here to there. Or is it just a matter of time? Okay, he's picking up coal, and these guys are waiting to pick up stone, so something is not right. So back to here, I got an overload situation. We're overloaded with coal. So back to here, and let's go back to the other line, see what's happening, or the other end. You know, this should have been working out. So I've got this guy delivering coal, I hope. So we'll just click on him. Yeah, he's happily delivering coal. So that's working out. We're delivering coal, but we're not delivering stone between the two airports. So that's the problem. And I'm overloading with stone. So let's click on this guy, see what happens. So he unloads the coal, and he's picking up the stone. So maybe it just takes that much more time for this all to come together. Boy, that is surprising. What's this guy doing here? Well, he's loaded with stone. Wow, this is taking longer than I would thought. So, alright, it's now March of 1945. Let's let the game run for a little while and see if that's really all it needs to do. Well, it's now July of 1945, and I got a serious overloading problem here, so I'm going to add a few more planes, see if that helps out that aspect of my problems. I don't think it's going to solve all my problems, but let's just add 3 more, and we'll bump up the maintenance on these guys, and we'll make them nice and red, and plop them on that line. And we'll see what happens here. This guy's coming in here, he's carrying stone, so theoretically, these guys should pick up the stone and take it this way. Alright, this is the moment of infamy. Here is the... well, he's empty. I guess that isn't the moment of infamy. This guy's empty. That guy's carrying stone. So it's not until this guy docks that this truck should take off. This is taking longer than I thought it would to materialize. Alright, here he comes. He's carrying stone. If this all works out, that little truck there should fill up as this guy docks. So he's emptying, and that guy is filling up. Okay, he's just going to take a couple more stone before he'll take off. Does this guy have stone? He has nothing. So I guess I got to wait a little while longer. But I think while I'm waiting, I might add a couple more planes. It might be overdoing it, but I'm trying to get this show on the road. So let's buy some vehicles, cargo planes. I'll buy about 3 more. So we'll pop up the maintenance as we normally do. And we'll change the color to a nice red. And we'll put it on that line. Well, here we are. This guy here is unloading stone, and guess what? We finally have a truck taking off. Well, that took a lot of time. So at least we have things rolling, and it's just going to take some time for this stuff to catch up, to get some stone over to here so we can get some construction materials over there. It's now December of 1945. I let the game run for a little while. I'm at about $315 million. Even though things haven't gone perfectly, my bank account's still going up. Anyway, December 1945. We'll come back after a while and we'll see how things are going. Well, it's now April of 1947, and that just seemed to take forever, didn't it? But generally speaking, things seem to be working. If I go over to Pembroke Pines, the end goal, it's now getting 40% of its supply of construction materials. So that means that this plant's operating well. It's getting at least some stone, enough to keep it working. So we are carrying stone across the map from one side of the map to the other with planes. And we're also picking up the coal and taking it back the other way. Now I do have an overload situation. I've tried to add a whole bunch of planes, but I just can't seem to get away from it. I guess I'm bringing it in too fast with the trucks, but I'm just trying to keep it going. So I guess I'll live with that overloading situation. And we'll just go back to the other end of the map just to see how things are going on over there. We got a little bit of a air traffic control problem here. We got a bit of the air traffic jam. So while I let the game run for a while, I did add a few more planes, and I've probably added too many, but I was trying to deal with the overload situation. And anyway, I think I did make some changes at that truck station that was to receive stone at the other end. But anyway, I made a few little adjustments to try to make things go smoother, but I think I've overdone it with the planes because I got so many planes flying in here that they can't take off. So I guess I've done what I can do, unless I have a larger plane I can upgrade to. See, that guy just did a flyby there, he didn't land. So that's a problem. So I got too many aircraft. So I think these were DC-4s, right? And if I go to here, sorry, I'll go to the line on this guy, go to the line and manage vehicles. I got 19 vehicles right now, so I've really loaded it up. And can I upgrade these? What do we got now? If I go to cargo, the Douglas C-49 Skytrain, I think, is what I have now, so I really can't upgrade to anything else. So that's the best I can do in terms of the type of vehicle. So I guess what I better do is probably pare it back a little bit. I know he's carrying stone. I hate to do this, but we're getting a traffic jam, so I'm going to manage that vehicle and sell him, get rid of him. And then this guy here, I'm going to manage him and sell him. And probably do the same with this guy here. Oops, I hit on the airport. Let's hit on here, manage the vehicle. I'm going to lose a little bit of cargo. But somehow I got to get this stuff going, what I need to do. So anyway, we're down to 15 vehicles. We still got a plane coming in, so it looks like I might have things moving. Doesn't look like there's a plane coming in here, so if this guy is able to get on the runway and take off, I think I might have hit the magic number in terms of the maximum number of planes I can have. Well, he's at least taking off anyway. So although it took me a while to get there, by and large, I'd say things are going very well. We've got lots of planes carrying cargo. We're carrying coal from one side of the map to the other. We're carrying stone from one side of the map to the other in air. And I've now got a bank account of about $364 million. So all in all, it worked. I made a few little errors along the way, but I found them, corrected them, and we made some adjustments to our lines. So I think we're in a good spot. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to note those comments or suggestions in the comment section below. So where do we go from here? Well, the answer to that question lies in the next video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button below right now and click on the bell so you don't miss out on more great content. Click on that box in the bottom left-hand corner right now to see a video you're almost guaranteed to love. This video was selected just for you by YouTube. And they know what you like. So what are you waiting for? Click on that box now, sit back, relax, and enjoy another video.